Hey guys, welcome. I am bringing you a general reading for the collective for the full moon in Virgo as well as the vernal equinox. I'm kind of bridging the two. We had the peak of the full moon this morning at 3:17 a.m. Eastern time. And the moon very shortly after that did move into Libra, but we are still riding the amplification that we get from every full moon. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a reading. The oracle is for the combo of the full moon and the equinox, and then I will just let the rest of the reading take us wherever it wants to take us, and we'll see what messages come through. So for the oracle, I pulled from Queen of the Moon. Haven't used her for a while. Love the messages that came through, where we've been, where we are, where we're headed. We start with card 40, Long Night Moon, Darkness. My gosh, right? So let's take a trip down memory lane, where we sort of had the Venus and Mercury retrograde, meeting up each planet individually and then together with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn for like forever. Dark night of the soul. Definitely. For some, it has been, and you have been through and come through a very dark night of the soul. Where are we right now, though? Card 21, Resilience. I always see this card as the Ten of Wands. Yeah, by the way, lots of shadow work here, too. So I just want to say that, and that's what we kind of had to be resilient about. Because when we're sort of forced to go within and we don't even understand what's happening, because the planetary energies, especially with Pluto in the mix, is happening outside of conscious awareness. It's bugging the crap out of us on emotional levels and mental levels, and maybe even for some of you in your body. But that's why there's been shadow work, even if you weren't conscious of it. It's going on behind the scenes. Where are you now? You know, we've all kind of pushed through. We're on the other side. Lessons have been learned. We are in the energy now of holding ourselves accountable for what we brought to the party. And in this full moon, we're releasing it. We're saying, okay, I see what I did. I know what I brought to the party. This other person has to hold themselves accountable. I can only hold myself accountable. And now I'm going to offload this negative karma, this negative energy. That's where we are with this full moon. Coming up for the equinox on the 20th, when we move from Pisces into Aries, the Alpha, the Omega, the astrological new year. I mean, it's huge. We have card 39, Creation. Can't get any... like, it's bing, bang, bong. I mean, it's perfect. So where are we headed? We're becoming aware that we can create our own destiny. We are in co-creative energy with spirit and the universe, of course, but I feel like we're moving through this dark, hazy, foggy time that has really weighed upon us, and we're releasing, we're like throwing the load off, and we're coming through it saying, oh, I can still create that which I desire. I'm in charge. Yes, you are. So it takes a lot of industriousness. This is actually the beaver moon card. Think of beavers and how industrious they are. So it takes some industriousness, some out-of-the-box thinking, but we are being called to take action. Co-creative action coming up soon in this new energy when we move into the Aries mansion and we have the zodiacal astrological new year. That's what's on the path. So I loved it. I gotta say, I loved it. I am really ready. I tried to get this reading up yesterday and the energy is I just couldn't push through it. And I, had some other very 3D crap to deal with, and just the little teeny bit of struggle just really messed with my head and my energy. So even though the moon is moving on, we still have time to do our full moon rituals and release and unload. And now you have a little bit more direction for what that might be about or what it might look like for you. So let's see what's going on. Little fruit fly. What's going on for the collective? If you're new to the channel, welcome. I love it. The Fool. Yes. Leaping into the future, leaping into maybe even the unknown, taking leaps of faith. Abso-freaking-lutely. What's crossing us here, though, is the Hierophant. Wow. Somebody maybe, could be us, could be the person we're thinking of, right? I read for soulmate twin flame connections. You should know that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You may not know that. Now you do. The Fool with the crossed by the Hierophant. So the challenge here is about deconstructing our belief systems, especially when it comes to conventional committed relationship. And the Fool is a very spiritual card, right? Aquarius, the humanitarian, the freedom lover. I just absolutely love that this is showing up. Now, the Hierophant is also, who we are at our core, who we are truly. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing, going from the darkness to the resilience to the creation. And there's creation with the Fool, and there's resilience with the Hierophant, but we kind of have to break down structures sometimes with the Hierophant to reveal who we really are. And that's what I'm feeling. I am seeing in both of these cards also awakening. And there may be a challenge around awakening because of the beliefs we've held for so long. Oh my gosh. Okay. The Magician underneath. I love this. So outside of conscious awareness, the Magician. On some level in the psyche, we all know we make our own magic. And my little buzzwords, I like to create buzzwords, especially at the full moon, because the sun and the moon are opposite. And the sun is in Pisces and the moon is in Virgo. And to me, that's practical magic. That's exactly what I'm seeing under here. Is this awareness like, oh, even in 3D, I'm a magical being. Yes, you can manifest. So something's being manifested here. Oh my gosh, in the past, yes, 5 of Cups, mistakes of the past, regrets of the past, grief, sadness, loss, regret, sorrow, something that did not turn out as planned, for sure. 6 of Wands. So I love what's crowning us. This is unconscious awareness. This is conscious awareness. And this is like, yeah, winner, winner, chicken dinner, 6 of Wands. I can make peace around this. This is the action that I'm feeling coming in with the creation card. This is about, coming through the battle, the darkness and the resilience, and reporting back to say, no men were lost, no blood was shed, our kingdoms made peace. It's that kind of energy from the 6 of Wands. It is triumph and victory, glory, but above all, it's sort of that meeting in the middle and forging a win-win outcome. So there may be a triumphant homecoming for somebody here, maybe even many of us, because you have to understand, as a collective reading, we're all sort of moving through this, but maybe different timelines. Does that make sense? So yes, this particular reading is date and time oriented because of the full moon and the equinox, but the energies are felt by the collective and reverberate like when you throw a pebble in the pond, and some of the ripples come toward you and some go out and some go east and some go west. That's what we've got going on here. Going forward, near future, Hanged Man. So to me, that's coming through as reassessment, right? Like, yes, we're being called to take some action, but we're between resilience and action. We're between offloading the negative and moving toward the positive. And so in this whole Fool Hierophant configuration, it may require waiting for some enlightenment, right? This is like a little bit of a sacrifice and maybe surrendering to the shift of all the energies. Just so we're clear, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana out of 6 cards already. So this full moon is very powerful. It is also in making a geometric connection between the sun, the moon, and Chiron. Chiron is one of Virgo's rulers, along with Mercury, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So this full moon is about a lot of forgiveness and healing. Forgiveness of self. Start with you, please, by all means. And forgiveness of yourself, of the other, as well as healing. Wow. Message from Spirit. The advice is around the Seven of Cups. This could be about options. It could be about emotional confusion and sorting things through, your instincts, you know, what. The Seven of Cups to me always comes through as there's so much here to decode that it's confusing and overwhelming. And sometimes this comes through as it's overwhelming because you have so many options. Take it one cup at a time. In the Hidden Energies, Page of Cups, somebody contemplating a message of love or apology. In Your Hopes and Fears, 10 of Cups, perfect. Yeah, so this feels very hopeful. This feels like joy and contentment and reaching that ultimate destination, right? The future you're trying to create, the destiny that you are manifesting is the 10 of Cups. So I'm glad to see that show up. And the potential outcome here, we've got the 5 of Swords. So let me clarify it. It could be coming through reversed. But the 5 of Swords has conflict at its base. To me, it usually represents some form of sabotage, self-sabotage or otherwise, external situations. But it's always something that's out of balance and unfair. It's like an unfair fight. It's like when the proverbial deck is stacked against you, right? So I'm interested to see what the clarifiers have to say about it, because I feel like that's kind of where we've all come from through the darkness. Underneath is the 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles could be talking about boundaries and, you know, something that you haven't quite let go of yet, but you're not ready to reveal. Could be you, could be them. So could be both of you. 4s are always about stability. 4 of Pentacles is I got what I need and I'm hanging on to it. But in relationship readings, it's often like it could be either guarding the heart, because that center pentacle is over the heart chakra. It can also be I need better boundaries, so I'm going to create better lines in the sand about what I will and won't accept. But it can also be like not letting go of something that you feel is too valuable to you, especially if it is a connection. So let's look at the Fool and the Hierophant. Oh my God, this is great. So with this leap into the unknown that's being challenged by old structures, old belief systems, you know, your own, what's been imparted to you by your parents and the school system and, you know, your religion of choice or whatever was placed upon you. I kind of feel like there's a part of us that wants to take this leap in a whole new direction, and we're being challenged by the old structures. So with that said, the clarifiers are the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. No rush, Buttercup. You're moving to calmer waters. This new beginning, you're approaching it. You're driving right towards it. So be methodical and deliberate and intentional and wide awake. Do so calmly, deliberately, with a plan. The Fool usually doesn't have a plan. And that may be part of the problem is the Hierophant is challenging to say, consult your higher self. What would your higher self tell you? Your higher self would say, slow and steady wins the race. There's some brand new beginning here that's beginning to emerge, and it will take you to a new place of peace and calm. So there's no rush here. And you are manifesting it because we see the Magician. The World, the 7 of Swords, the Magician again. Yeah, no more deception, self or otherwise. None coming in, none going out. You are manifesting a brand new beginning, and you're closing out a cycle where you might have been in some denial. There might have been some illusion. There might have been some delusion. You know, we all kind of go through that, especially when we're walking around, tripping around in the darkness. That's where we've just come from. And so I'm getting that impression that with the double hit of the Magician underneath, it's like a call and response in your psyche, and then deeply buried in the deep reservoir, there's a still small voice saying, yeah, no more of that. None coming at you, none going out. It's a whole new day. It's a brand new world. So I do feel like this Ace of Pentacles with the World card is my hint that there's something new and abundant and stable coming towards you, and there's no more use for any pretense. Seven of Swords can also be avoidance. So if you've been avoidant or they've been avoidant, you're trying to manifest an end to that. In the past, the Five of Cups. Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, Strength card. A lot of fire energy here on this Five of Cups. If you are a fire sign or you've been dealing with a fire sign, it's all right here. Lots of passion. This is the part of that resilience energy. But I feel like this whole Five of Cups thing was just exhausting. You try to keep a brave face with that Strength card and persevere. Two cards of perseverance in a row and really push forward. But I don't feel that you felt very empowered through that whole experience. Feels like it was very disempowering. But now, Six of Wands. You're stronger, you're triumphant, feeling the glory and the victory coming your way. Ding, 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 we have a winner. Spirit's like, yep, that's what it is. We're stronger now. We're now ready to take, ready for our close-up, ready to take our bow. Overcoming this heartache. Holy crap. Being victorious and triumphant despite that heartache. And there we have Divine Masculine Energy in the Emperor. If you are here as a masculine energy, this is you overcoming all of it. If you are here as a feminine energy, it may be heartache that surrounds the energy of your divine counterpart, overcoming it. There could be a triumphant homecoming for the two of you. That is very possible. Not for everybody. You realize it is a general reading for the collective, so it isn't going to resonate for everyone. But you take the parts that you say, wait a minute, that is part of my present experience. I am hearing my past experience. That makes sense. That makes sense. And the rest of it going forward, you know, it's sort of, it's based on realistic appraisals of the situation, mixed with your bringing this double hit of the Magician out from beneath the surface to the surface for yourself, so that your manifesting is brought into 3D. Right now, it's kind of lying underneath. We want to get it to the top of the surface. It would be like awesome if we had Magician energy up here. But the manifestation is taking place, but now make it a part of your upcoming, you know, moving into Aries season manifestation. What actions can you take? Six of Wands, double hit, action. Emperor, action. Let's look at the Hanged Man, which says, don't act. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. Wow. So, what I'm seeing here, Hanged Man, Three of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Page of Wands underneath. I feel like Spirit's saying here in some way, shape, or form, not so fast. Let it come to you. Let it come. Like, I feel that there's a message coming through, something that If it isn't a direct message from a person, there will be a sign like a fire starter, like a strike of the match. Page of Wands is initiator energy. And so I'm feeling as if there was, this Three of Cups feels more to me like reconciliation and coming back together and having a joyous homecoming, the double hit of the Six of Wands. But it can also be third-party energy. And if that was part of your storyline, I've got a hint about it from the Three of Swords. If it's not part of your storyline, I'm not giving you new information. But I'm feeling like, hold your ground a little bit. Wait to see what comes through. So yes, taking action for manifestation purposes is what I see. But in 3D, I think you're being called to kind of pull back a little bit, make sure you're assessing the situation realistically, and maybe wait for the download, the sign that tells you, whoever you are, like, oh, this is the time to reach out, or, oh, this is the time that I can start to take action. So I'm feeling the Seven of Wands as more of your inner constitution, not as much defensiveness, but maybe more like a holding back in the Hangman energy. And the Seven of Wands is giving you that, what's the word I'm looking for? That I keep saying inner constitution. If somebody's got a better fortitude, thank you. Somebody was just thinking it in their head. That fortitude to kind of, lean in, step in, and be sure that there is going to be a cause for celebration and that you're not kind of getting roped back in to whatever it was that disappointed you in the past, especially if it involved a third party. So, Seven of Cups, message from Spirit. No more confusion. This is the opportunity for reconciliation, reunion, second chances, forgiveness. There will be a clearing of the air. I've got the Seven of Cups, in my opinion, followed by the Eight of Cups. We're leaving all the drama and the confusion behind, followed by the Judgment card, and underneath is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, to me, is always this sense of urgency to speak one's truth, to clear the air, to bring honesty and light and truth and clarity to a situation. But we've got that kind of underneath. And there is an opportunity here, if you answer the call, for second chances, for somebody may be seeking redemption, somebody may be offering forgiveness, but either way, there's a potential here for reunion if you kind of turn your back on the drama. Don't sit in a puddle of confusion. It's not necessary. So I am seeing the Eight of Cups as, walking away from drama, or you don't need that anymore. You don't need to stay in that energy. Everything will become clear once it shows up. Once there is this opportunity for reunion, reconciliation even, because I'm seeing reconciliation here, I'm seeing it here. That's why I'm saying it. I feel like everything will become clear. So don't sweat it anymore. Even if you don't have all the answers, they will come. Page of Cups in the hidden energies. This message that's coming in, Ten of Wands, Devil. Wow. Queen of Cups. So here's what I'm seeing. I feel that the offloading of the energy is connected to karmic energy, karmic partners, maybe karmic patterns feels more like it. But in the hidden energies, there is an apology coming in. There is a message, a sincere message. Like, I need to unburden myself about all that went down. I need to apologize to it. We need to offload it. This is part of that resilience card that I'm talking about. And underneath is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, this is empathy, compassion, sensitivity. It can represent the object of your affection. It can be you in the eyes of your beloved. Does that make sense? So even though the Queen of Cups is here, it's underneath. So it's telling me that whoever it is that is contemplating reaching out with a sincere message, something emotional from the heart, They're going to be offering that message to sort of, unburden themselves, but also apologize for the burden they placed on you. Now, obviously, energies can be reversed. If this sounds like the whole storyline is coming through in reverse for you, that's fine. But I still feel like I'm more talking to the Queen of Cups about what's the process that's unfolding involving their Emperor. 10 of Cups in the hopes and or fears. Yeah, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. You are all in the positive. I am so happy to see this, right? Because it's been such a dark and difficult time. I keep getting the 9 of Wands in a lot of readings, and I've been saying, like, what a freaking slog it's been. And now I see this sort of creation, this eye-opening of, oh, I'm back in the driver's seat. I can co-create with Spirit anything I freaking want. And what are you saying? I love you for this, guys. You're saying 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups. I am ready for reciprocity. I want an equal give and take relationship that has it all. With the past life soulmate, thank you very much. That would be a wish granted. That would be wish fulfillment. Really nice. And why is this so important that it's all so hopeful? It doesn't feel delusional. It feels certain. It feels very certain to me. It's coming through as, if I'm in this phase of creation, if I have all the tools at my disposal to co-create with Spirit and the universe, my destiny, I need to make sure that the universe is very clear on what I want. Because you know how I say thoughts are not things? Well, thoughts can become things. And if we put all our thoughts and attention to the negative, that's what we manifest. I'm seeing here the vast majority of you saying, nope, very clear on what I want. And that's the message I'm sending Spirit. So let's see why this 5 of Swords is here in the potential outcome. 10 of Pentacles, Hierophant, 8 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. I kind of see it 2 different ways. I'm going to go with what's speaking the most to me. I feel as if, because we have the Hierophant here as the challenge, there's been a challenge here for, on a collective level, that energy of a relationship that can go the distance, right? Life partnership. Here we've got conventional committed relationship, you know, from the highest version of ourselves. But it can also be based on beliefs, religious or otherwise. You know, what have you been told all along makes for a committed relationship that can go the distance? Is it marriage? Is it like you got to have the engagement, then you have the engagement party, then you have the bridal shower? Then, do you see what I'm saying? Like, is there some proscribed process for how you go about getting to the 10 of Pentacles? I feel we're not dealing with that anymore. 5 of Swords. That's been the point of sabotage. That's been the point of, yeah, that is not the way it works for me. So that's what I feel coming through. 8 of Pentacles underneath suggests that you're willing to work through this. This is something that needs to be worked through, because this whole little, whether it's religiosity or even your own approach to, well, I'll know that I'm in a relationship that can go the distance when this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, right? Taurus. Very grounded, very earthbound. And you may be sort of at this point where you're saying, I'm willing to work through and overcome that self-deceptive energy. The 5 of Swords is not as deceptive as the 7 of Swords, but there is some self-sabotage through the thought, the realm of thought. I just got done saying thoughts are not things, but if you continue on the same path of thinking, you create that reality. I feel like that's why this Five of Swords is here. So it's essentially coming out reversed, as if to say, I'm not going to set myself up for that. I have to work through what my beliefs are around a conventional committed relationship or marriage or family. Like, what does all that really look like for me now that I have been through all of this? All right. So that's what I see coming through. Wow, this went longer than I thought. Okay, so there is a link to the extended, and I'm going to go Aries through Pisces. I'm going to go all the way around the zodiac. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And you can throw Mars in there too, because we have Venus and Mars hanging out. And those are both personal planets. And we will look at what's going on for you for the full moon and the equinox in your connections. All signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So that link is below. Let me tell you who showed up. We have here, the Fool is Aquarius, the Hierophant is Taurus, Magician, Virgo, and Gemini, the World, Aquarius, and Capricorn, the Magician again. Queen of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sag, and we have Leo in the Strength card. The Emperor is Aries, Hanged Man is Pisces. We have Scorpio is Judgment. That's a card of Pluto. Pluto's been in the mix with Venus and Mars, you know, and Mercury. Capricorn is the Devil energy. Queen of Cups can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And the Hierophant again is Taurus. That's what we have. So great to be with you. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there. Bye for now.